Nationals in March. So literally the first weekend of the spring break, which is I think around March 15th time period, we are going to be hosting some of the top orienteering teams throughout the country here in Gainesville, and Vanguard is going to be taking care of them. And it's going to be it's an honor to support my chief as he puts together this great event. So we have a lot of fun things coming, and busy, right? Busy. But life is good. I couldn't ask for anything better than this. This is exactly what I hoped for in my retirement from active duty. You know, when I left the Navy, 25 years of service, I loved it, loved everything about it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm serving. Right? I'm serving every day. I tell people this is my 28th year with the Navy, because being a high school Navy junior ROTC instructor, I'm representing for the United States Navy in my Marion County community, and I'm proud to do it. I love my Navy. I love my Marine Corps. I love the sea services, and we get the opportunity to hopefully bring exposure to them and to the good things that are happening in the world, which there are a lot, right? I talked about the views already. No, don't need to beat that. I will talk some more about the book over the year, but the book was something that I just wanted to put together, put my thoughts down on paper, because you know, when I have my students, especially here towards the end of the year, I always get to this space where I wonder, is this the last time that I will say something that really helps them or makes an impression? And I get a little nervous, or I get a little anxious about that, because I really want to help them prepare for their life going forward. And when I wrote the book, it was maybe they could take the book with them, or they could buy the book in the future and they could always review it. Like, this is like being a Master Chief's classroom. This is like hearing his voice in my head as I'm figuring out life. And so the book is done. Don't know that I'm going to write another one. We'll see. I don't know. I looked at a book about transitions, because one thing I've learned after being in the service and then being out here in the civilian sector is not a lot of people are prepared for transitions in life. They're not always focused. They're not always prepared for what's going to come around the corner. And one of the things the military life really did for my wife and myself was helped us be very comfortable with transitions. You know, we were moving so often. You know, we moved 4 times in 5 years at one point in time. Now, that was excessive. That was a lot. And that was ultimately part of the decision making where I decided to retire, because that was a lot, right? But we also survived all those moves intact, whole, and the boys were good and the family was okay. If we didn't have the years of experience to be able to plan for those transitions, I think that could have really been catastrophic. And so for adults, especially young adults, I think learning how to best manage and handle those transitions, huge. Okay. Looking at the last year, it was great, but man, there were some areas that were not good. You know, there were some tough areas. Work, no problem. Family, going really good. I would say the areas that were the biggest challenge was professional when it comes to this leadership space, building the brand, the business, whatever you want to call it, and recognizing that I wasn't quite sure what this was going to be.